Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CredeCast. The CredeCast is back, and this is your host, the self-supremacy, the one and only Every Creed. And man, does it feel good to be back on webcam. Feels awesome, feels great. Man, it's good to see you guys again. It's been a long time. I've been busy with a lot of good, a lot of bad. Busy with the work schedule, doing college, doing a bunch of other stuff going on lately. It's been pretty hectic, but it's good to be back here on the CredeCast. Although right now it looks like we got no viewers on my account, but I'm sure that'll change in due time. I'm going to be checking an error occurred. That means must refresh. And yes, I'm on. So hopefully we'll be gaining some viewers. Ace Whistler says hi, and how are you doing, Mr. Whistler, sir? So I'm not really going to get into the major discussion yet until we get some more viewers, because that's when I really want to get on major topic. But yeah, it feels good to be back on the CredeCast. A lot's been going on, and I haven't been as available to the backyard wrestling community, nor the call community, or any community really. I mean, I'm not even active in my own personal community. Like, you know, socially, I've just been under a rock. You know, I mean, I've been doing a lot of stuff, and unfortunately dealing with a lot of negative situations. A lot of bad times have gone by, but luckily that's all said and done. But yeah, so, and pretty much what this CredeCast is going to be, there's not going to be any guests on this edition of the CredeCast. I mean, I might get Brother Cam in here momentarily, you know, but first I want to take care of some business. And then once we get through all that, once we get through the Q&A, because that's what really this is for you guys, is a Q&A. I know a lot has been going on with, if you are a UW superstar, you know that we've been dealing with a lot lately personally. But however, I know a lot of people in the community, fans, or other backyard wrestlers, have been wondering why we haven't been posting videos. If you have any questions, I'm not really going to start blabbering out details, because I want to answer questions that are important to you guys, whether it be when's the next show going up, or what's UWE's future, what's happening with the world title, what's going on for Thunderstruck, you know, all that kind of stuff. What's the next pay-per-view? What are you guys planning in 2015? All those questions that you got going in your heads. I know a lot of you have seen that Jack Thomas has now expanded his horizons, if you will. Jack Thomas is now commentating for other federations as well. So pretty much any questions you got from myself, Everett Creed, for Jack Thomas, for, I'll even say, other characters that I pursue, if you know where I'm going with that. And as a UW whole, if you got any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. I will answer all questions as long as they're appropriate. So let's begin. Creed looks like a total boob. We got 3 viewers, including me at the moment. Well, you know what? I had to dress up nice. I mean, you know, I got to look good for the CredeCast, man. You know, did my hair all, you know, got a haircut. Got a haircut today after college. I told the hairdresser, I don't go to barbershops. I go to salons. You know, I go to salons. I've been talking to Angelique Stark about that. It takes a real salon and a real care that's needed to take care of these luscious locks. I need to go to a hair salon. Barbershop just isn't good enough for the self-supremacy. No, it's not. So we got 4 viewers right now. And you know, like I said, it's the return of the CredeCast. I got to look good. Got to look sharp. So once we get all through this business stuff, all this personal stuff, probably going to invite Cam here, maybe some, you know, inside UW stories you guys like to know. It's always good, because one thing I've always watched on podcasts, like I listen to Talk is Jericho, and he'll do these podcasts with Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, Golden Stardust, all these guys. And it is so cool to hear like stories that go on within the behind the scenes. And that's always a fun thing to see and a fun thing to hear about. So, you know, if we can get through all these business questions, I'll love to bring in Cam and then, you know, share some good times with you guys. You know, it's always a lot of fun. So, here we go. We got first question from Ace Whistler. When are you flying out the guy who makes your sick logos to New York so he could wrestle on that trampoline? Well, you know, right now I'm kind of, I don't want to really brag. Well, not brag. I don't really want to talk about my personal stuff, but I've gone through a little bit of a financial thing. It was actually pretty difficult to pay my college tuition this semester. I actually had to meet with the dean today, so that was pretty interesting. But, you know, it's the dean. You know, he's gotta do his business. But here's the thing. The dean, the only person that I've ever seen the dean ever show respect to an equal amount of credit is the self-supremacy Everett Creed. You want to know why? Because I am the CEO of the UWE. It is because I am the very first ever UWE World Heavyweight Champion, for those of you who do not know that before we actually went on YouTube. I am also the longest reigning UWE World Heavyweight Champion because that's who I am. I am also a CAW legend. So the Dean of Students realizes that, and also realizes that Everett Creed is the host of the most popular collegiate radio show in all of America based on the wrestling spectrum. Because Everett Creed is the host of Creed Knows Wrestling, only available Wednesdays at noon on WFTU on TuneIn Radio. So make sure you watch that on tunein.com. So, before I start really blowing up my head here, Whistler, when do you want to fly out? Right now, like I said, financially it's been a struggle, but I definitely would love to have you fly out. I mean, me and you have told some pretty good epic stories in the past. Back in CCE, before before everything went down, you know, me and Whistler had a very good feud, and we had a great rivalry. And honestly, I really enjoyed our time together in Gen Y. And Gen Y is probably still to this day my favorite faction of all time, because not only did I run Gen Y, but I just felt like it served such a purpose. And it really made all of those people that were in that faction into superstars in so many different ways. And that's the best part about it. You know, Gen Y put me out as a main eventer. You know, Ace Whistler is someone that benefited the most out of Gen Y. Baron Bishop as well. Rick Rios. I'll even say Rick Rios was a Gen Y member, and you know, he may not have launched as big in the CAW community, but in backyard wrestling, he is bigger than ever, and he is the UWE World Heavyweight Champion, and he is also a member of the board. So now that's going to be pretty interesting how Rick Rios takes his experience from working under my wing, and now he's a superstar of his own. He's the prodigy of perfection. So we got 5 viewers now. For those of you that are just tuning in, this is pretty much a Q&A before we get Cam in here, share some good times. But if you got any questions concerning the UWE or Jack Thomas returning to TXW, if you are CAW viewers, Jack Thomas is back in TXW. I'm not going to, discuss anything more than that. That's all I know. Jack Thomas is back in TXW. But if you guys got any questions concerning UWE, myself, just anything, ask away. Oh, whoa! All right, we got some questions. VTW Wrestling, have you seen the stuff that sparked on Twitter between Drew Hood, Avery, and Tyler Storm? If I'm saying Avery wrong, I apologize. I've been out of the loop for quite a while. We here at VTW can confirm that Drew and Joseph will be coming to the VTW Thanksgiving Thunder tapings. That is amazing. And Drew Hood is by far one of my favorite backyard wrestlers of all time, because I've had some conversations with Drew Hood, and this superstar really he's got the same mindset that I do, and that characters will speak out greater than wrestlers. I mean, don't get me wrong. You need good technical athleticism in backyard wrestling, as you do in all sorts of wrestling. But Drew Hood and I really focus on the dynamics of a character. And that's something that I really can find an interest in with Drew Hood. And if there's anybody that I would be honored to wrestle in the backyard wrestling community, Drew Hood is one of those people. alongside, of course, Jason Walker. And Jason Walker and Drew Hood are really the main talk of backyard wrestling right now. They're doing very big for themselves, and I definitely look forward to seeing Drew Hood in VTW. My buddy Cameron Jackson from CJE puts, okay, this is going slow, but fine, I'll play along. Jack, what can you say about commentating other places, and name all places you've commentated? Okay. Jack, what can you say about commentating other places? Okay, so pretty much Jack Thomas has probably had a career of his own. It's not really just me as G. He's really had a career of his own. Jack Thomas made his first appearance in Total Wrestling Entertainment, which is pretty much a pen and paper league, and didn't really get much further from there. And then we put him in the UWE before we went on YouTube. He was pretty much commentator for Off Time. That was when we started dual commentary with Jack Thomas, and we got him not Dale Peppers. We got him another another color commentator named Anton Williams, and he was very entertaining. He was the king of the puns, and it was hard commentating with Anton Williams because it was hard that I had to try not laughing, because he would come up with these hilarious comments about the match and use these old cliche puns, and I just started laughing out loud on commentary, and you just couldn't help it. It was just that funny. So after that, then Jack Thomas started his call career in TXW, working with Nathan Scott, which was one of my favorite times because it was the only time Jack Thomas was ever a color commentator and played the role of heel, where he supported the heels. And it was a different experience, and I definitely loved doing it. And working with Shannon Silvera is a great honor. And then UWE came back on YouTube, and that's where I worked with Dale Peppers. And to me, that is the ultimate commentary team of backyard wrestling. There is not a better commentary team in backyard wrestling than Jack Thomas and Dale Peppers. And then, of course, lastly, Jack Thomas in CCE, worked with Shannon Silvera, and now he is back working solo in TXW. So Jack Thomas and TXW working solo, and then him working dual commentary with Dale Peppers. It's a lot of fun. And that's pretty much a short biography of Jack Thomas. Okay. Now about UWE. We want to see Creed versus Cam again. And also from VTW, it's going to be a tag team match between Tyler Storm and Drew Hood versus Zach Daniels and Joseph Everhart. It's going to be good. That's going to be really, really good to watch. I'm definitely looking forward to that. And if I am correct, I've been out of the loop for a while, but if I am correct, Joseph Everhart is the artist formerly known as Party Boy. And I remember he was on the Backyard Wrestling Fix not too long ago, and that was a lot of fun seeing that. And I also remember Buck Jones being on there, and it was just a lot of fun, seeing those guys on the show. I remember commenting on all that. It was a lot of fun, and I definitely look forward to that. Cam versus Creed. Cam versus Creed. This is the Michaels, the Brett versus Sean, the Austin versus Rock of the UWE. And a lot of people are starting to say that it's the Rock Austin of backyard wrestling. And that is a great honor, especially with the time that me and Cam have had. We've had less than 6 months, and our feud was only about 3 weeks long, because pretty much all that happened was I appeared via satellite, and I pretty much stated that Cameron Jackson is immoral, and the people should not be supporting him by him bragging about Rick Rios's deceased uncle, and then that led into a contract signing that became the ultimate backyard wrestling promo. And that was, in a lot of people's eyes, the best promo of my career, best promo of Cam's career, and just one of the best promos in all of backyard wrestling. And it was really special being a part of that. It was a lot of fun. And if Cam, when Cam gets here, we'll definitely talk more about that. As far as Jackson versus Creed 2, well, technically right now it's interesting because we have wrestled 3 times in the UWE on and off camera. Like, we wrestled for the first time at Ultimate Redemption 2, and then at the very first ever Wrestle War. So technically it would be Creed Jackson 4, but we're going to keep it with you guys. It's going to be Creed Jackson 2. When is it going to take place? You never know. It could be soon. It could be a little while from now. But I definitely think Creed versus Jackson will happen again due to the fact that me and him definitely put on great matches, and we just know how to tell a story better than a lot of people can. I mean, me and him just have great chemistry together. So that's that. And as far as the tag team match between Storm and Hood versus Zach Daniels and Everhart, I'll be watching that as well once I get the time. You know, like I said, I've been having a lot going on, but it's going to, you know, eventually things are going to start slowing down to where I could finally get back on the basis, especially with the UWE. So any other questions? And then if not, then I'll pretty much just state what's going on with the UWE and then probably move on from there. So see if we got any questions here. We got 3 viewers. We're kind of flipping back and forth. I'm going to refresh my page, see what's going on new again. Got 10 updates on Twitter. No, just a bunch of other people. Apparently, there's a Game 7 of the World Series. I didn't know it was going on that fast. I didn't know baseball moved that fast. That's really, really quick. You know, Kansas City Royals and the San Francisco Giants. I'm kind of hoping Kansas City pulls it off, but you never know. All right. Any other questions, guys? Anybody else? I know probably I just mentioned the World Series. If there is a Game 7, I haven't been keeping up with baseball, but if there is a Game 7 tonight, that's where you know everybody else is. But anything going on, you know, you guys can help me out by promoting this on Twitter. Let's see. Yeah, apparently, even Shawn Michaels is at the Kansas City Royals game. All right. Let's see. Live events, YouTube. Cancel that out now. All right. Get the dog out of here. All right. All right. Well, I think it's safe to say that there's the questions have pretty much slowed down here. Guessing they're assuming I'm already going to state the UWE and what's going on with that. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much what's going to go down. All right, so let's go on the rundown. Now UW hasn't recorded in about a month. The last thing we recorded was Thunderstruck, and the reason why Thunderstruck is not up yet is because it's been hard and it's been difficult to get Cameron here to commentate. It's pretty much it's edited. It's ready to go. The only thing we need is commentary. And once commentary is done, it's ready to go up. So the only issue is we've been so busy with our schedules. Cam's been busy with work and what's going on with him at home in Jersey. And that's another thing. It's difficult to get Cam out here in Jersey. There's been a lot of issues why UW hasn't been up. There's been like 5 or 6 reasons. First is Cameron. You know, it's hard to get him out here for commentary. I mean, recording the shows isn't a problem. Like, we can get Cam out here to record the shows, but we can't just get him out here to do commentary. It's got to be when we record the shows, and it's not as easy. So that's been a big setback. Now, we haven't been able to record shows because of certain issues. We had a bit of a financial crisis, like I said earlier on. College has been really playing a big part with that as well because I've been really busy with college and assignments and midterms and all that stuff where, you know, if you're a college student, you know what I'm going through. Tuition bills, homework assignments, tests, quizzes, midterms, all that stuff. So all that propaganda. So pretty much I had to deal with that. And then the biggest setback has been a lot of deaths in the families of UW superstars. And there's been a lot. The past 2 years, actually, there's been a lot of family deaths. August of last year, my grandfather passed. And then I got a lot of assistance from a lot of people, specifically my friend Angelique Stark. Very helpful with that. If you don't know who she is, she's Angie Curly Q on Twitter, and she's also the girl that pretty much disrobed Lips in his entrance at Ultimate Redemption, and very good friend of mine. And then she had a loss in her family, so I had to deal with that. And now it looks like we're having that issue all over again, because this year, now Nick Somas lost his father, unfortunately, and it was a very hard thing to go through. It was, just very, very difficult to deal with that. And all the UW superstars that could attend were able to attend. I attended the service with Dirty DeChico, Fat Jack, Chris Anius. A couple other people were there as well. Rick Rios was there. And then right when we got through that, Rick Rios lost his grandma like last Sunday night. So it's been really depressing. But the upside is that this is going to make us stronger. This is going to make us better. Because anybody else that has gone through financial issues, personal issues, college, deaths in the family, their leagues would have shut down by now. And we are not shutting down. We are becoming better and stronger than ever. So that's where we got to give UWE the credit, because we are going to be recording this weekend, Halloween. And yes, our next pay-per-view, I'm not going to give too much about it away, but we were recording it around Halloween time. No, it is not having a Halloween theme, but it is having some kind of horror theme, if you want to say that. So it's going to be really epic to watch. I definitely am looking forward to recording the show. And Thunderstruck should be up in 2 weeks. The next episode of Lockdown should be up next week. So definitely UW is going to be back better than ever. Now, still no comments. Wow. Thought we had comments by now. Yeah, no comments. All right. So that's pretty much what's going down now. And that's pretty much the updates. All right. If there's no other questions, then we'll take it from there. And I'm going to probably invite Cam here momentarily. Just got to send the link over to him. And then we'll get Cameron Jackson here. All right. All right. Let's see here. I don't know why my comments aren't flying. You know, if you guys, you got anything to ask, definitely ask away. All right. Send the link over to Cameron Jackson now. He will be joining us momentarily. Now, it's been interesting, hasn't it? Past episodes of Lockdown, we've definitely told some matches that are going to be taking place. Nick Somas will face Rick Rios once again in an Ultimate Redemption rematch for the World Heavyweight title. Also, Dirty DeChico will face Everett Creed. The Law meets the Outlaw. And it looks like we're going to get the Battle of CJE. We're going to have Cameron Jackson versus TJ Sakara. And that will take place at Thunderstruck. And CJE is on the line. So it really looks like that TJ is going to try to follow in my footsteps. Hopefully he's a little bit more successful than I was playing character. But let's see here. Okay. Message from Ace Whistlers. I'm making logos and shit, so yeah, thank you for the updates. Oh, okay, so Whistler's making logos. And Troy Barker puts, do you have WWE 2K15? No, I do not have WWE 2K15 at the moment because we're going through some situations where we're probably going to be moving to the next-gen console. So it's more than likely I'm going to be getting it for the PS4 around the holidays. So that's pretty much the deal. I'm going to assume that you're involved in the call community, but not too sure. But only I can imagine with the WWE 2K15 question. Ladies and gentlemen, I have just been joined by the brother man with the master plan, CJE's own Cameron Jackson.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
Doing pretty good. Well, everybody, I'm here. You know, the fans, they've been kind of quiet, but they've been, I know Whistler's making logos. LTW, I think their names are, I'm not sure. There's somebody that's really getting on Whistler about the logos. And, you know, if it is LTW, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if it is. But, you know, Whistler really just kind of wanted to make logos for us. But, you know, I mean, he wants to be nice and all, but, you know, he can't be doing everybody's logos now. You know, so it does require quite a bit of work. So, what's going on, Cam?
Nothing much. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, this is out of character because obviously if I saw every Creed on camera in character, I'd probably slit his freaking throat. But it's okay because it's Wednesday. It's been an all right day. I'm back up to benching 300 pounds. And of course, I have the lovely opportunity to come here on this wonderful show, the CredeCast, and say this right here because I haven't said it in so damn long.
I wonder why you called it the wonderful show, the CredeCast. You're just doing it to plug your own damn show, you know?
So just give me 1 second. Let me prep myself.
I gotta get a drink anyway, so you might as well.
I am the catchphrase. I am the catchphrase. Here we go. Welcome to CJE, that is Cameron Jackson Entertainment, your number one stop in entertainment for your backyard wrestling fix. I am your founder, chairman, and CEO, the brother man with the master plan, Brother Cam. Thank goodness I got that off my chest. You don't know how long I've been holding that in. And
now you know how I feel at Wednesdays at noon, because when I open my radio show every time, it's Wednesday at noon, which means I give you the wrestling review. This is Creed Knows Wrestling, your host, the Reverend of the Ring, the self-supremacy, the one and only Every Creed, every time. And I'm just like, I wonder where I got that from. Like, you know, I mean, I do wonder.
It just spills out, you know. I mean, for some reason, you think a catchphrase should only be like 2 words, but then it just keeps going. So, you know,
it turns out to be a paragraph, you know, a whole monologue of a catchphrase, you know.
Yeah. And that's awesome. I mean, there's been a lot of good things going on, like you said before, and a lot of bad things going on. It's unfortunate. You know, my condolences to the families of Nick Somas and Rick Rios. Off-screen, Rick Jacobacci, a really good friend of ours. You know, he's like one of those day one guys. You hate to see bad things happen.
Do not stalk him on Facebook, for those who know his name now.
But yeah, his grandma was a very, very awesome. She's an awesome person. Well, she was an awesome person, and you know, she's in a better place altogether. So I'm not even gonna feel bad. But I like to tell people, when anybody, you got hard times, you got death in your family, just like I told Ever Creed about a year back in August, do not mourn the death. Celebrate the life, because if you mourn the death, that will drag you down and you want to kill yourself. And the worst place you want to be when somebody else is gone is in the ground. That is the worst place you want to be, because once you are in that ground, and it's not necessarily literally, it's figuratively, once you're figuratively in that ground, emotionally in that ground, it's hell to come out. And Ever Creed, you and I both know that from experience.
Absolutely.
But like I said, good vibes in the air, good vibes going on. I messed up my blinds earlier today because there was a squirrel coming in my window and I beat the shit out of it. You know, I say I beat the shit out of it. Honestly, I didn't get one punch on the thing, but you know, I just make it seem like I beat the shit out of it. And I'm
like, how do you beat it?
For some reason, after I did that, my dog started limping. So I'm guessing the squirrel fucked him up after I left, because he's just running around like 3-legged now. I'm like, what's wrong with you? And he just looks at me like I did it, and I didn't touch him. You know, I don't hit my dog. But,
yeah, right. I mean, you know, I remember one of my most remembered experiences with Rick Rios and his grandma was one. It was a drive that me, Rick, and his grandma took. I think we went to like I don't know if we went to the liquor store or Dunkin' Donuts, somewhere around that area, you know, Cam, where they do the Subway, the Dunkin' Donuts, old Bally's Gym. I remember,
Yes.
like, we were listening to Poker Face by Lady Gaga, and it was so funny. And then the other time, it was me, Rick Rios, and TJ Sakara. And I don't even know if I was there that time. I'm not sure. But Rick's grandma always makes food. So, she was making food and, like, a whole bunch of stuff. And, like, pizza, all the stuff. So me and Rick pretty much have maybe like a slice of pizza or two, maybe half a burger, and that's about it, right? What does TJ eat? TJ forks down 6 cheeseburgers. Like, I mean, I can't make this stuff up. Rick was so pissed he almost kicked TJ out, but because this was old TJ when he used to really freeload a lot. So I remember like his grandma was making food. We had like maybe a slice of pizza, and TJ scarfs down 6 cheeseburgers. Like,
Yeah, well, there's one good memory I have of it. It was the funniest thing in the world because I had dropped Rick off from a UWE show actually, and I was pulling up outside his house, and we're sitting there talking about future plans because, obviously when the season first began, we all knew what Ultimate Redemption was going to be. So I'm telling him now, well, I'll tell him at that time, I'm like, listen, man, Ultimate Redemption, it's got to be huge, bro. It's going to be our one shot because, and then little did I know we would get popular off the Russell War video that happened 2 days later. But oh well. Anyways, I'm telling Rick, I'm like, Ultimate Redemption is going to be that show that puts us out there. And he goes, yeah, I'm going to be hype. I'm like, who am I? He goes, who am I going against? You're going against Nick Somas. So we're talking, and he goes, oh, I've been wanting to do that. And we were talking for like an hour. So we go inside, and Rick's grandma's at the door, and she goes, and for some reason she thought we were smoking weed. And I'm like, no. I was like, I don't smoke weed. And she goes, oh, I could have swore you guys were out there puffing in the car. I was done. I was dying. I was dying, but it was she was an awesome person. She always.
Oh my God! Remember when me and you went out for the drive where we were doing? I was the cameraman. We aired your promos against Uncle Charlie, Rick's uncle, and I remember we were thinking like, okay, we're going to the cemetery. We know that. We're going to the supermarket. We know that. Now we got to figure out 2 other places. And we're thinking, okay, maybe Rick's house would work. So we're thinking all this stuff. We're going, we're thinking, oh, we're going to definitely go to Rick's house. We're definitely going to do that. We drive right by Rick's house, and you see his grandma outside, like, waving hi. I'm like, yeah, we can have the promo at Rick's house.
She would have kicked our asses if we would have had that promo outside her house. She was honestly a great woman, blessed soul, and in heaven truly gained an angel that day or that night.
I want to give a shout out to Maria Excellence. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here tonight. I know she's got some family events going on. She's definitely been watching Creed Knows Wrestling, the radio show. I got to give you props, and she is there. What? Okay. All right, so she's there. I guess the plans, I don't know what happened, but okay, good to have you here, Maria.
Yes.
Jason
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Parker's here as well. He says it's Jason's here. He's on the HBTW account. The greatest of the great, the best of the best is here. Sarcasm. Yeah, so they're pretty much just socializing all that stuff. But if you got any questions for myself and brother Cam, definitely ask away.
Awesome. Also, I want to plug in some things here. I swear I'm going to hell for all these plugs, but I don't really care. I'll plug anything besides my hair. Anyways, besides that, Backyard Wrestling Fix will be returning this Saturday night with a very, very special guest. I'm not going to disclose the guest because this is the way it's turning out. It's going to be 1 guest or it's going to be 5.
Damn.
So that's just how it's going to be. And Backyard Politics is going to be coming back sooner or later. I want to get my good buddy Jack Andrews back on, well, Mr. Question, whatever you guys want to call him now. I'm going to make sure I get back into good contact with him. And December 27th, 2014, CJE presents Backyard Wrestling Honors. It is not an award show. It is simply, quote, a yearly Hall of Fame, except for in the Hall of Fame you can only go in once. Yearly honors, it's really about people who impacted the year of 2014 very, very big, or made a name for themselves or something like that. Something.
Oh man, this sounds like it could be really, really good or really, really bad. Like, because there's always that one in the Hall of Fames or the honors, and there's always that one. And when I say there's that one, I mean there's Triple H, because he always has to find a way to induct someone. If you ever notice, guys, go back to like any previous Hall of Fame and notice Triple H will always induct someone because they don't have anybody else to induct them. The best example, Superstar Billy Graham. What the hell is Triple H doing inducting Superstar Billy Graham? There's no connection. At least Killer Kowalski trained Triple H, but Superstar Billy Graham, nah, you're nothing at all. And, Triple H has inducted so many people, and I'm just like...
Yeah, Triple H is the newest UWE insider. We've had a lot of UWE insiders over there. The first one, all the way back to day one, it was Ball Coming, because we used to throw the ball at each other.
Oh, yeah.
And then it gone years. The last one was Squisher by Kevin Nash. If you've ever seen that, it's a You Shoot video where the interviewer was talking to Kevin Nash, and he's showing him what Jim Cornette said about Kevin Nash only having 6 moves. So they're showing the video of Jim Cornette talking shit, and Kevin Nash is just, and the best part is Nash plays it off so cool. He's just like, okay, yeah, side slam, squisher, and it's the funniest part. He's like, he's talking with Jim Cornette, and it's just like, and then Nash just takes it away. He goes, there's this guy named Nolan Ryan. He just, so anyway. But now the newest one is Triple H. Triple H's #1 I accept word is in your face. He'll say anything he wants, joking. And the best example is DX in Rated RKO when they mocked DX. Triple H is in the ring, and he's joking and all this stuff, and he goes, so let me get this straight. You want to fight tonight? Looks him dead in the eyes, and in the most serious Triple H voice, he goes, you're on. And I'm just like, oh, boy. Because he said it millions of times. He always says it. He said it to Daniel Bryan. He said it to The Rock in the past. He said it, and, oh, my God.
The dog. Imagine the dog had a voice. You're on!
Yeah, right? Now, I could have sworn if this dog ever had a voice, I know exactly what he would say. He would turn the corner and be like, hey, Cam, player,
Oh, my God.
Looks like you, the blue toy, are going to be going against myself and the green toy in a tag team match, player.
Yeah, right.
He would say,
Long. I mean, how many inside we had? We had Squisher. We had what was the one before that? We had one before that. Take it home, Vince. Take it home.
Yeah. Take it home.
Take it home. The referees will tell you, if your match is going on and the fans aren't interested, they'll tell you, take it home. So every time, one of our matches suck, we'd be like, all right, take it home, Vince. Take it home.
There's always one where there's always an ongoing one where the sunset flip roll up, take it home. Sunset flip roll
up, 1, 2, 3. That's how we do it. And then
I might actually do that ending in a match sooner or later, because I feel like I'm gonna have a moment like that with somebody, and it's not gonna be a bad thing. I think it's actually gonna be a godsend, a gift from God that I get to use that ending.
The worst.
I'm sorry but yeah, but like I was saying before, there's a lot of things going on, and I actually got a funny story to tell the viewing attendants, these lovely viewers, where okay, this is what happened. All right, so on Twitter, Chris Antius, he sparks up a fight with Fat Jack. Now, Fat Jack doesn't reply on Twitter at all, until later. So he's talking shit on Twitter, and next thing you know, I'm going back and forth with Antius, just having some fun. Next thing I get a phone call, and it's Jack. So I'm thinking Jack saw the thing on Twitter. I answer the phone, and in the most serious voice you can imagine, all I hear is Fat Jack saying, I'm going to beat the shit out of him. I'm like, whoa, it's warfare. It's promo warfare. And I'm like, he goes, no. He goes, no, I'm going to beat the fucking shit out of him. I'm like, Jack, this is what we do. This is mix up the pot. You got to stir things up. And he was so freaking mad. I had to talk him out of actually trying to fight Chris Antius, because Jack didn't know what was going on. But now he knows, and now he's accustomed to it. And now they're gonna, hopefully they're gonna try to pick things up from Ultimate Redemption. I don't know what they're gonna do because, well, unfortunately, I'm not in New York right now, but we'll
Annius
see.
and Fat Jack are definitely interested in pursuing a lot more out of that because those guys are just so they're hot for the competition, and they definitely want to pursue greater things in the UWE. They felt like, okay, yeah, we had our match of redemption, and it's Ultimate Redemption. We got away with it, but we want to put on something even greater. And I admire that out of both of the competitors. And I was talking to Chris Antius. Hear this story. I'm at the service I think it was actually last night. Yeah, last night I was at the service for Rick's grandmother. And obviously I go to Rick and all that, and, we're talking about the, everything going on, telling my salutes and all that.
Those are my
And
glasses.
so, anyway, the next thing I know, I see Dirty Dave and TJ Sakara and a bunch of other UWE guys, and it's solemn, it's a funeral, so it doesn't and then all of a sudden Dave and TJ go up, all right, this is what we're gonna do on the show. We're gonna, pretty much, I'm gonna come out and cut a promo. I'm like, this is not the time for a backyard wrestling discussion, and they just got away with it because you don't want to be talking about the morning of a loss. So so next thing we know, we're at this funeral service and we're talking about a UW storyline. And it was just so classic, and I'm just like, only we could do this and get away with it. And I just got a text message. Normally I don't, like to respond to text messages during whether it be school or podcast, but that was actually my cousin Courtney. That's the first time she's, I know, isn't that crazy? She's been at boot camp for about 8 weeks now, and I talked to her last Friday. And she graduated. It was great talking to her. And she just popped me a text out of nowhere. I didn't even plan it, so I was just like, oh, my God. Because I hear the ringtone. I'm like, is that Courtney's ringtone? Like, son of a bitch. So, it's always good to hear from her. So, you guys got any questions, comments? I know Maria's talking with Whistler and VTW and Jason Walker. I know they're talking about some stuff going on. Thunderstruck is going to be epic. It's going to be an amazing show. The biggest issue we've been having right now as far as the product is not even within the UWE. Copyright has been a huge issue, and I've never noticed it until now how serious it really is, because now it's really starting to expand. I'm noticing a lot of other videos other than Backyard Wrestling. I know Call TXW has been an issue with it. I know some of my favorite things to watch. I know they tried even releasing WWE 2K15 videos and the music's turned off. It's insane. So we're going to try our best to really move around it as far as really theme songs for the pay-per-views, because we don't have to worry about the wrestlers' themes because of the fact that anything that's played over the sound system doesn't get caught up by YouTube. But as far as pay-per-view themes go, or promo themes for promo packages, stuff like that, I always like to add in at least one promo package for a CPV event. This time around, it's going to be for Creed and Chico, because that's where I got the most stuff out of. Unfortunately, when we tried uploading Redemption, we had to remove a lot of memory, and we had to erase some of the former content, so it was hard to do a Cameron Jackson, TJ Sakara one. And then Rios and Somas, haven't really got too many promo times together, so it's hard to really build one around them. But, like I said, I'll do what I can, but, Creed the Chicos is finished up. It looks great, and I look forward to showing it to you guys whenever Thunderstruck is up. So, pretty much.
Yeah, I think this computer just shit the bed. Yeah.
What?
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I think this computer just shit the bed. I'm all frozen and everything. I don't know what the fuck's going on in here. I swear, this is like the ghost of Christmas past coming here to fuck my shit up. Me and Christmas don't get along.
Yeah,
What the
right.
hell,
Like,
dog? Come here. Come here. What are you eating, man?
see if
Yeah.
we got any comments going on. Probably.
Yeah,
Nope.
I'm trying to go see that page, but I can't.
Yeah, pretty much the last thing is Maria Excellence puts, I made a match for VTW. Seems like I'm working for different companies, lol. And now the interesting thing is that she's got another one. Maria brought in another fan that, I was just tweeting right before the CredeCast. Let me see. 12 on the Twitter. We were just talking like not too long ago. Angelina Knight L. No, my bad. Angelina Knight. So,
Yeah.
it's
So,
Maria's
hey.
getting people out there. She's getting us out there. I definitely appreciate that. That's a true fan. True fan is the one that takes your product and shows it to other fans. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Because
Definitely
I got
one of my favorite fans. My favorite fan that is not involved in backyard wrestling product. So pretty much just straight up fan. Cam lagged out. God damn it. So yeah, pretty much he'll be back. Don't worry. He's just having some technical difficulties. I guess he's getting a bad connection or something like that. I can relate. I have issues with that in my college. So more than likely you will not be seeing a CredeCast from Five Towns College. So speaking of Five Towns College, Halloween is going to be interesting because I'm actually going to my college dressed up as Lips. So if you got any questions or comments or concerns, or you think I should try to pull something off, definitely comment away. If you think it's a good or a bad idea, definitely comment away. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys think about me going into my college as the freak show, the provocative prince of horror known as Lips. So let's see. If you guys have any dream matches going on, I mean, any matches you'd like to see in backyard wrestling, any dream matches you'd like to see, UWE versus WWE, definitely let me know. I got a text message from my cousin. I normally don't like to do this during the show, but she's from boot camp, so I hope you guys can understand. It's the first time I've been able to really talk with her in months. She's been super busy. Well, no shit, she's been super busy. She's at boot camp. Really bust your ass. This is where I need Cam. Need him to entertain you guys. Actually, at the salon, Morgan said hi, and she misses you. Yeah, so that's iPhone 5S. Yeah, I don't have the 6, so they gotta work with that. All right. Let's see here. Oh, now we got comments. I had to explain to people while at my brother's wedding that I make logos for backyard wrestling leagues. I got the weirdest looks from family. Lips is taking this from TNA, creepy based. Oh boy. Well, I wish I understood what you meant by that, but I don't watch TNA. I'm actually a decent wrestling fan. I'm just messing. I can't do TNA, man. I can't. I just can't. Just not my style. It really isn't. Folks, it's just so hard. I can't even now. We're trying. There you are.
You don't know what the hell's going on, man.
Yeah, right. I don't know what's going on. You got power surges. You got everything going on.
Yeah, especially where I live. I just got a note in the mail today. I got a ticket to go see the Dudley Boys at my little brother's middle school.
The Dudleys are working at a middle school?
They're just doing autographs. They're not wrestling.
Oh, okay. I was about to say TNA. I didn't know they got that bad now.
But I got the VIP package, so I'm gonna get some pictures and spread some UW videos.
Oh boy, yeah, show the Dudley boys. You know the.
No, I'm gonna show the Dudley boys, but I'm gonna show them last. I'm gonna spend it. Everybody there. I'm like, you want to see real indie wrestling? I'm gonna say it just like this. You want to see real indie wrestling? I'm gonna show you real good indie wrestling. We're so indie that we don't have a ring. You know.
Gotta show the Dudley boys, man. Show them the Dirty Boys. You know, maybe Dave will get some extra, cortisone in that leg of his. Get the Dirties versus the Dudleys. Folks, make it happen. The Dirties versus the Dudleys. I want to see it. Oh, my goodness. And yeah, who said I actually didn't like TNA? I love TNA. Are you kidding me? TNA,
yeah, right.
Man.
I'm gonna make sure though, if I do anything there, I'm gonna make sure I look well. Right now, Bully Ray, right in his eyes. I'm sorry, I'm gonna call him Bubba. That's just how I know him. I'm gonna look Bubba Ray right in his eyes, and I'm gonna say, I was like, I'm like, come on, you fat bald motherfucker.
Oh my God, yeah, you gotta do that. Oh my God, he will be dying. Come on, you fat bald motherfucker.
But then again, they've been through so much shit on the road, he might not remember that night, so he might beat the shit out of me.
Oh, he's got to remember that. He's got to remember that. That's like Booker T not knowing Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. That's.
He, and I'm actually real honored to meet Devon. I don't say this a lot. Devon Dudley is actually one of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
He's an amazing wrestler.
And you know what it is? It's because of his selling. That's what it is to me. It's his selling. There's no other.
I see smoke going on in your house, man. What's going on?
Incense burning, cigarettes lit, and shit. People around the table,
Oh Jesus.
But that's why I'm just trying to bat it away.
1970s house,
Yeah, it'll be a 70s house once the alcohol gets here. But I'm not drinking any. I've actually. Listen to this, and a lot of people won't believe this coming from me. Cameron Jackson, vow of sobriety, has actually been working. I haven't touched the drink since I turned 21. So,
I don't believe you. But
that's what? That's 20.
I don't believe you. I really don't.
27 days. That is 27 days. Right. And I'm not really.
We got a couple dream matches. I mentioned dream matches during when you were gone. Everett Creed versus Chris Jericho. It would be two people with similarities, and Cameron Jackson versus Shawn Michaels. So
I would love to go against HBK.
That would be a match I'd love to see. Although there's one match I think I would want to see, two matches I would want to see more than Cameron Jackson versus Shawn Michaels. One is Cameron Jackson versus The Rock. And the one most of all is Cameron Jackson versus Ric Flair. That's the one I would just. I know Flair's a little old. If I could get him a little back in his prime, I would book Cameron Jackson versus Ric Flair. The Rock, I can't book. He's too hard to book. I have to.
That is Jackson versus Flair. Let me tell you what you're getting when you get in that match. You are getting, yes, you might get some technical wrestling. You're going to get about 2% technical wrestling. We're going to be trying to outsell each other. We're going to be trying to make each other laugh. We're going to be trying to talk. That's just how it's going to go. Like you put me back in that era, I'd be the Black Ric Flair. The best thing about Ric Flair though that Cameron Jackson lacks and will always lack is the fact that he could take your best asset and make it look like the fucking worst sin to God. Like you think you put on a net, you spent $500 on your suit and you're like, all right, I'm looking good. Ric Flair has come up. I spent more money on spilt liquor than you spent on your entire outfit. I'm like, well, fuck you, Rick.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Absolutely. And then because Ric Flair was, in my opinion, he was The Rock before The Rock. He was Triple H before Triple H, and he was just an ultimate heel, and he played it so well. And then Creed and Jericho, that's just interesting of its own because Creed and Jericho, that's just that's a dream match of its own. We both got that whole methodical. What's the word I'm looking for? Narcissism. So that's really what me and Jericho are, is methodical narcissism. Taking Jericho's run from 2008 to 2010. We also got a comment. It's me. It's the Sethtacular one, Seth Maverick.
All right, Seth. Let me tell you how
to...
you do it. Okay. Actually, Seth, I'm going to do this one just for you, and Dale Peppers is going to step in and show you how you do it right. This is Dale Peppers' rendition of Dale Peppers' catchphrase. It's me, it's that D-A-L-E. Mother, one more time for that C-J-E, and it's beautiful to be here, T-O-N-I-G-H-T. Now, for Seth Maverick, Dale Peppers would probably say something like, it's you, that fat piece of doo-doo, running. I'm sorry, I can't. But,
And we get on Adrenaline's fat jokes with the cheeseburgers and all that, like.
What the hell is this?
I'm not gonna lie though, I'm putting on a little bit, but also, I've been saying that with this haircut and with these shades and with the widened out face, I look like a modern day Marilyn Manson. Like, it's just. Have you ever seen Marilyn Manson? He wears these Southern cop glasses. It's so funny. It's just like that's the guy that sings Lips' theme song. Like, what the hell? But
yeah, there's also a few things not a few things. There's a couple things I wanted to address as far as the backyard wrestling community, and giving thanks to some fans that helped the UW along the way, and have really been asking me a lot about the UWE since we haven't uploaded recently, and the people that I would like to thank. Is that your mom? Is that Sean? Or is that your mom? Hey, Mom.
That's Mama Creed on the CredeCast live.
Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, hon.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get there tomorrow. Hopefully, I can. It'll be.
Wait.
It'll be tomorrow or Friday.
Sorry, Friday. I'm all confused. Is it
Wait,
Friday?
are you coming tomorrow or Friday?
I'm gonna try to get there. Well, if I can get there tomorrow, that's a godsend, man.
If you can get there tomorrow, do we can. I mean, I don't mind.
I'll do it.
What are you pinching me for? You said tomorrow.
As long as you're out of college.
Yeah, I'm out of college at 6:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I won't be there in the I won't be there in the daytime. It'd be at night.
That I'll feel bad for.
No, it's.
You're out by 6:30, right?
Yeah, I'm out.
You can come out tomorrow.
Yeah, you can come out tomorrow. I'm out at 6:30. So if you want to come out by tomorrow, come up. By all means, come out tomorrow.
We're here.
We're here. We ain't doing shit. Mom, guess who texted me? Hear this reaction, guys. Watch this live on the CredeCast. Courtney texted me.
Oh, I know. She's got a phone.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
But,
wait, she texted you before me?
I already told her.
She's lucky she picked me for Godfather.
She got her phone back.
She's lucky she picked me to be the Godfather of that boy. All right. Mine was coming from DDP, but Dale works.
Yeah, I know what he gets. I know what he means.
It's me. It's DDP.
Yeah, but check this out. Now, a lot of people have been asking me about you guys.
Wait a minute. Time out. I just noticed something. DDP, I'll even say Dale Peppers, and Road Dogg Jesse James have It's Me.
Yeah.
Road Dogg, it's me. It's that D-O-double-G. Mama wanted that B-A-double-D-A double crooked letter. But no, and then DDP is, it's me, it's DDP. I totally just realized that now. That's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, I knew that for a while. But anyways, like I said, there's a lot of people that's been asking me about stuff along the way. A lot of people I want to thank. Well, I'm going to name just a couple. I'm going to keep it brief. I want to thank the Bad Reed, who has really been itching to watch some UWE for some reason a lot lately. Drew Hood, who's been waiting to see some UWE. Drew Hood, who's asked I'm going to kick whenever I get the chance. Drew, don't let this hat and all this. Oh, by the way, Steelers beat Corey Graves' favorite team the other day. Anyway, but Drew Hood, who's asked me to kick whenever I get the chance to. I like to also thank younger guys like Cody Rex, Mark Williams, Adrenaline, even Seth Maverick asking me about UW. Thank you guys. Maria Excellence, always thank you. But now moving forward ahead, there is a big change that's going to happen with the CJE in the future, close to near future, within the next month or so. Well, first off, whether it's still around after I go against TJ Sakara is one big thing. And after that, I want to see if I can bring some new faces into the CJE. Because I want to show you guys that there really is more to CJE than the name Cameron Jackson, you know. So I want to let you know that I'm going to make sure that once I get to stick around with the CJE, I want to bring more CJE talent onto UW programming. And from that point forward, every time you hear the UWE programming has been temporarily suspended, welcome to Cameron Jackson Entertainment, you won't just see this guy coming out there, you know, bopping his hand up and down and all that good mess. So, now that I've said that, that was more so to say this. The CJE is going to not only just be featured on UWE in the future, and it's not Dale Peppers or Cameron Jackson going to places. You can get that out your brain right now. There are other backyard wrestlers that want to fly the CJE colors, and me being the businessman that I am, I'm going to let them fly the CJE colors in other places. So just stay tuned for people around backyard wrestling flying those CJE colors.
So pretty much, you know, I mean, God, you would not get away with that in WWE. Vince would have your ass done. I'm telling you. If there's anybody that doesn't like factions, it's Vincent K. McMahon. He just doesn't want factions. And I can understand why. Because he saw his competition get swallowed up by a faction. And that's what you always got to watch out for. Believe it or not, you cannot watch out. And take it from me, a man that has led many factions in his career. Gen Y, the Ignis, the Board, you know, you name it. And one thing that you got to be afraid about with a faction, the one thing you got to watch out for, is not that it gets too small and that it fades to obscurity, but that it gets too big. And once it gets big and it starts swallowing the company, believe it or not, that is the worst thing, not only for the faction, but for the business. And that's why you got to watch it. That's why I don't want Lips to run a faction. Because if Lips runs a faction, we're screwed. Because that thing's going to take over, and it's all of a sudden, I love the character, but you can't have UWE Freak Show. Just like they couldn't do WCW NWO. It was too big, and it swallowed WCW whole, and that was their biggest issue. That and of course the money, but that's a different story.
But once you put it, my theory is it's something I'm going to try. I'm going to try it slow. It's not going to be something all of a sudden. There's 20 CJE guys. No.
This is going to sound a little dirty. I will explain in seconds. I got to do the voice thing with the phone. I will explain. It's going to sound a little wrong, but I'll explain. Creamy or nutty? And it didn't even pick it up.
Yeah, that's good. I wouldn't have
or
made that.
Nutty. Oh my God! Screw it. I'm just. Oh, now it puts it. Okay. Now that I've said it, you're probably thinking this is for some Lips shit. It is not. I am asking my cousin what kind of peanut butter she wants when she comes here in December. So there you go. All right. My bad. What were you saying?
There's nothing wrong with asking about peanut butter on a podcast. I mean, of course, you're the same guy that ate a full thing of. Oh, goddamn!
He's like, I can use some peanut butter about now. Did someone say peanut butter?
He's got one hell of a left hand.
Yeah. This dog just comes in and just starts taking over the show. It's like he's the NWO. Oh,
bro, I taught him. I taught him how to jab. Oh my God, does he love that fucking thing? Man, I'll be asleep, and when he wants to wake me up, all I hear is, I'm like, ah, shit, I might as well went to sleep at somebody else's house. Like, what the hell are you jabbing me for? Because he wants to go outside and pee, man. Go to the bathroom and pee.
Yeah, right. Most professional, Maria puts, most professional CredeCast ever. Thank you very much. Seth Maverick puts, Everett, how can you not know that came from DDP and Road Dogg and do Creed Knows Wrestling laws? I did know it came from DDP and Road Dogg. I just didn't realize that it's me was used by both of them. I never realized that. I forgot. Like, I knew it's me, it's DDP did, and it's me, it's DOGG, Road Dogg did. I just didn't put it together that they both did it. You know, it's like both Undertaker and Kane both saying rest in peace, and it's just like, you know, it's like.
The best part about that is where the rhyming goes back away. You know, it goes back away, and there's 4 big wrestling personalities that did it, and I'll take you all the way back to the first. You know, I'm gonna stick with. I mean, The Rock's done it on occasion, but that's not really his thing. It's just he did it for promos. But it's DDP. Road Dogg did it. It's that DOGG. Then the guy that managed the Dudley Boys, Joel Gertner, he used to do it. He used to rhyme and do these dirty puns. And then the main one, the one who started it all, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, he did the rhyming like nobody else, man. He had me fucking dying off of some of those rhymes he used to see, you know.
And Ric Flair, who could forget the limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing son of a gun, you know.
Yes, but I mean that's a rhyme, but that's just one big old catchphrase. That's just that's the I call that the pump up medley. You know what I mean? Like he's got it, The Rock's got it. You know, those are really the only two.
Eating Trail Brother blazing eyebrow raising.
But Dusty Rhodes would do a whole promo with just rhyming, you know, and he'd end it with I've wined and dined with kings and queens, and you know, slept in alleys and dined pork and green, you know, all that good shit. But other than that, there's one thing that a lot of people have been overlooking in the UWE, and I really want to make sure I be the one to point it out to you guys that recently there's been some things going on the show, and I'm going to take it back, I'll say, from since Ultimate Redemption. We got back from Ultimate Redemption, and we did the whole thing. You know, the Chico's going against Creed. You know, Jackson's going against Sakara. You know, Nick Somas is going against Rick Rios for the World Heavyweight Championship at Thunderstruck. But a lot of people have been overlooking the fact that Minister Sherwood and Daisy have been trying to taunt Insanity. Given the fact that talk time isn't really possible with those superstars at the moment, and we can't just plug Minister Sherwood in on this star-studded show because it'd be, you know, no disrespect to Minister Sherwood, but I'm pretty sure after you see a promo by Creed and DeChico, you don't want to see a follow-up promo by Minister Sherwood. You'd rather just get into another match. So I do want to let you know that another match confirmed for the Thunderstruck card is Daisy versus Insanity, and you know, it's a normal match. I'm pretty sure that one will kick off the show. But just to let you know, Daisy and Insanity will be going at it. And I want to know your predictions for UW Thunderstruck. I want to know who you think is going to win out of the 4 matches that we have planned thus far. Daisy versus Insanity, Everett Creed versus Dirty DeChico, Cameron Jackson versus TJ Sakara, and UW World Heavyweight Champion Rick Rios versus Nick Somas.
And while that, I'm going to go through some of the comments here. CJE will reign supreme. CJE is the supremacy. CJE is the Jesus. CJE is the supreme supremacy. And Maria puts the board sucks. Well, you know, that's everybody's opinion. That's good. You know, we want you to think we suck. You know,
we can't argue.
You know, we want you to think that. And, you know, obviously that means we're doing our job. You know, there's obviously been some storyline planning at Wakes, you know, like, you know, the last place you would think. You know, it's pretty cool. I mean, I definitely want to hear what you guys think about Thunderstruck, though. You know, what's your guys' predictions for the matches? Here we go. We got them. Creed is the worst promo talker in UWE, just saying. I bet you know who that's from. I would like to disagree. I think I am actually one of the better, if not one of the best, promo talkers in UWE. You know, I believe, I am one of, you know, I mean, obviously it takes 2 to tango. You know, myself and Cameron Jackson are up there for the 2 best promo talkers in the UWE. And then, you know, we got to also give some credit to other superstars as well. Lips, obviously, Dirty Dave, you know, two amazing promo talkers. Even TJ.
Believe it or not, I got to give the credit where the credit belongs. Minister Sherwood.
Yeah, Sherwood's pretty good. Okay, Maria puts Insanity, DeChico, Cam, Rios. So a full-out baby. Oh wait, no, not a full-out babyface win. My bad. She expects the three. She expects everybody in the board to lose other than Rick Rios. Insanity, DeChico, Cam, Rios.
I see that. Oh, you're looking at your phone. I was wondering why you got quiet.
No. I'm looking at both. You know, the last.
Steph Maverick says CJE will get screwed by the board. Lips isn't even on the card. He won't be there. The Chico.
Wait, what? Hold on a minute.
Wait, Lips is all right. Let me tell you guys something. Not to, you know, spoiler alert. Lips is not used on Thunderstruck, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, hold on. Let's see. CJE we get screwed by the board. Lips, DeChico, Somas will get screwed by the board. Wait, hold on. What? Hold on a minute.
Know, Daisy's going against Insanity, not Lips. And DeChico.
Yeah, Daisy's going against Insanity.
Guessing what he's saying is that the board will win full sweep.
He thinks DeChico. No, I don't know. I think he's saying, I don't know. Maverick, if you can, try to put will win. You know, I want to definitely get your feedback. I'm just very confused by your predictions, and also why I don't know why you have Lips on there. Definitely explain that as well. You can disagree, but you're biased. Whistler puts, I say the Winnipeg Warrior wins the world title and then has a 4-year title reign and goes in every single BYW league to destroy its competition and be the supreme athlete of all Mother Canada. Fuck no, Whistler! Oh my God, the Winnipeg Warrior is not. No, Winnipeg Warrior is not being the world champion. The Winnipeg Warrior is not even booked on Thunderstruck. Get it out of your heads. Shut up.
Winnipeg Warrior, actually, he gave me one of the coolest matches I've ever had.
No, he didn't. Shut up.
But unfortunately, as I was ready to close in on a victory, I went to chase Mikey Butendero around the trampoline, and TJ Sakara came out of nowhere with a forearm.
How do you let that Canadian jobber beat you? How do you...
Well, when you're pressed down by almost 400 pounds of fucking man, it's hard to kick out, okay? Listen.
Okay, right, but it's the Winnipeg Warrior. Do you realize the taint that the red and white maple leaf hockey bacon taint that is on your career now?
Oh, I don't care. Oh, I don't care. I've lost to everybody now. I lost to everybody besides.
Well, now you're really at the bottom of the barrel, losing the Winnipeg Warrior. You know, like
I've lost to everybody besides, well, on camera, everybody besides yourself and Daisy.
Okay, Sakara will win, DeChico will win, Daisy will win, Rios will win. Okay, so yeah, he made a mistake with Lips. Yeah, Lips is not. He has not been on actually. We have not seen Lips on camera. You know, besides with the exception of like some podcast appearances, we have not seen Lips since Ultimate Redemption. So Lips technically is not. He's not really planned. He's not scheduled to compete at Thunderstruck. So yeah, that's pretty much, you know.
Actually, I want to ask you guys a question.
I can imagine Tazno, like, you know, calling a Lips match, like doing Lips like thing, like, oh, yeah, that means little death. Like,
I can see Taz. Oh yeah, crossbody. That means DDT. You know.
You crossbody. How you doing? That means DDT. Like.
That was another one. That was another running gag. Hold on, that means frog splash.
Yeah, it means frog splash. You know, Taz's dumbass. And then, you know, we had my favorite was Squisher, because, like, someone will set up for a move, we're just like, Squisher, and then, you know, someone messes up. The first time he did it was at Wrestle War, with the Dirty Boys versus Nick Somas and Terrence Phillips, and I lost my mind. I think I was even the cameraman. I don't know. I was cracking up. I was just no. Actually, no. I think I was talking to Angie on the right near the barricade, and then you did that. I was just like, I freaking started dying hysterical laughing.
Because Squisher is that one where it's just like you can't help but laugh, even if it's overused. It's just like, oh, he said it, you know. But oh wait, hold on. Maria Excellence
Yeah,
says,
you see that? She's blowing up right now.
I know. I
You need to shut up.
Maria.
You shut the F up. I am the leader of UWE and CJE. She rules CJE. And I rule everything. I even rule CredeCast. Whistler puts the Winnipeg Warrior will beat your self-suprema cheese ass any day of the week. And no, he would not. I will kick his ass. And effing Lips needs to stop talking to Angelina. By the way, Cam is the leader of CJE. I got carried away. Oh, but she gives you leeway, right? You know.
Maria Excellence is an awesome, awesome person. You know, I wouldn't.
Get in the CredeCast, Cody. Come on.
Cody's here.
Cody, right? He's tweeting about something. You know, might as well watch this. You know, like.
Yeah, tell him to get his ass in here. I made him a damn theme song. I mean, at least he could do it. Join the CredeCast. By the way, the theme song is Burdens by the band formerly known as Insanium. I forget what they're called now. They parted ways with their old lead singer. But they were a Long Island local band, used to play with Ashes in the Sky, who sings Rick Rios' new theme song in Euthanasia.
Yep. And then freaking, oh my God, you know, Lips was on Twitter like scaring the hell out of one of our fans. And then there was something else that came about too on Twitter. I just forgot what it was. Apparently they like whatchamacallit was saying, VTW, there was a blow up with Drew Hood and a couple of other backyard wrestlers. You know,
you know, this is speaking of Drew Hood. Drew Hood is very now out of character. Drew Hood is somebody I have the utmost respect for, and you know, I really appreciate the fact that he enjoys our shows and enjoys watching us. Now, in character, no, not even in character, still out of character. A dream match I would love to have is Cameron Jackson, Everett Creed, Jason Walker, and Corey Graves versus the 4 CCW legends, which are Jake Dar, Joseph Everhart, formerly known as Party Boy, Drew Hood, and J.C. Brown. That is a one dream 8-man tag match I would love to have. Teddy Long would show up and fucking jerk off to it. But now, in character, Drew Hood has got to be one of the slimiest, vindictive people I've ever seen in my life. He's got his little girlfriend up there, and he's just like, oh, we're all cool, you know. Meanwhile, she's probably the reason why he's crazy. She's probably the reason why he's crazy. You know, Drew, you should hit her, Drew. You should hit her, Drew. You should smack her head off her shoulders. You ask Creed. He knows about that. But I'm sorry. Oh, boy. Trip down memory lane, huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you don't?
No, I have no clue.
We should ask Brickface and Flabby.
No comment. I don't know who you're talking about. Who's Chris Benoit?
Oh, I don't know.
I think he was
actually I think Chris Benoit, isn't he that guy that works in the WWE truck?
No, that's Kevin Dunn. You know, he's.
Oh, I thought it was Chris Benoit because, you know, they never say the guy's name.
Kevin Dunn, I hate you. That's another insider we have. Kevin Dunn, I hate you. And I mean, I've never really. Vince wanted me in the production stuff and shit. Like, you know, Paul Bearer and Jim Cornette, man, have the best interviews. And I love when Paul Bearer is like, you know, I've never hated too many people in my life, but I've always hated Kevin Dunn. And just the way he said it. And I've always hated Kevin Dunn. Like, it's just so priceless. But you know what? That interview, in my opinion, put Kevin Dunn on the map. And I really think Kevin Dunn is one of the most well-known, but also one of the most under-known personalities in WWE history. He is the vice president of production, and he's the guy in the truck, and he's responsible for all the reality TV crap they do with Total Divas and which I will be watching now because Paige is going to be on it, and God knows if you know me, you know I love Paige because Paige is just smoking hot. So
Yeah, smoking hot. You know what else is smoking hot? This chicken I have in my hand. That is really smoking hot. So you want a shameless plug? I'll give you one. Shameless plug. Try Cam's chicken. Black people love it. White people do too.
Yeah, there you go. Courtney's talking about this, this girl I met at college and all that stuff. So
I really like to think that if there was one person from Backyard Wrestling that would open up a restaurant, it'd be the one you least expect. It'd probably be like Jason Walker. Just
yeah. I really think that. Good question. Anybody, if you can imagine, let's do the Backyard Wrestling. Where are they now? Like 5 years from now, where do you think people are gonna be 5 years from now, or maybe even 10 years from now, away from the Backyard Wrestling community? Like who's doing what? Who's still alive? I mean, I hate to put it like that, but
I feel like I think that honestly I it'd be funny. I don't think this is true. I really don't think this will happen. But it'd be pretty funny if 5 years from now we catch up to Drew Hood and he's fucking working 17 hours a day in a fucking sweatshop trying to make ends meet. And the best part about it is you go to him and the first thing he says is, "It all went downhill after Jason burnt that picture." Just,
it all went downhill. Son of a bitch. Oh my God. And it's sad because I can actually see it happening. She leaves him for who knows, JC Brown. I don't fucking know. She leaves him for Daisy, and it's just it's just his life goes downhill ever since that burnt picture. It's been his demise. It's been said to be his demise for God knows how long.
I feel like Daisy. I feel like Daisy 5 years from now would probably be like the next Vince McMahon. Running a company, putting other people out.
I feel like he'd be running he'd be one of the people at the Department of Motor Vehicles. Where you gotta wait on that 8-hour line, and then the people there that piss you off. That's gonna be Daisy, and Daisy's gonna be the one flipping his desk, doing that shit, talking shit to your face, and then the best part is pink clothes sign, just walks away.
Yeah.
In a freaking suit.
I feel like Insanity is gonna be working for the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah. That's That's it.
I can
That's
see
exactly.
now, And Tim, how do you feel about your new job? Oh, I love the kids. The kids are very good.
I love the kids.
You go from being this brutal ass kicker to now you're signing kids lunchbox. He's like,
yeah, right.
I feel like Lips is gonna be totally 180. He's gonna have two jobs. He's gonna be one big corporate executive.
Yep.
And on the weekend, he's going to be working at a car wash, washing people's cars.
Well, no, I was just thinking of that. I don't know about Litz, but I felt like Litz would be some kind of corporate executive or something like that. Some shit like that. Litz is either going to go 180 or he's going to go stay where he's at. He's either going to be some kind of corporate executive or he's going to be, probably one of those exotic dancers, if you know where I'm getting at. Then again, we could, I could see, Lips running a restaurant. I mean, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Come by,
Oh, all right, here we go.
The Little Death, I'll order the Little Death, just.
Here we go. Maria Excellent says Creed will never get paid. He doesn't deserve her. He's pure evil. Ace Whistler says, I see Insanity being a chef. Then, wait, the best part is he goes, Black Bullet will be a Walmart employee.
Oh my God, I could definitely see Black Bullet as a Walmart employee. Oh
and then he says Daisy would work at a zoo, and I could see that. But like, what zookeeper would be?
Mark Williams becomes a born-again Christian and then turn into a Buddhist a month later. I could see Mark Williams becoming the born-again Christian. I could definitely see. He's always cursing everybody out like Shawn Michaels back in '98. Like, I could see him, like, meeting some girl and she turns him into a born-again Christian. He's a complete submissive to her personally. Like, you know, it's freaking hilarious. Creed will never get Paige. He doesn't deserve her. He's pure evil. Well, so is Paige. Did you not see her licking Natalia's face on main event? That was freaking evil as hell. If anything, she should hook up with Lips. Run a mad restaurant together, you know? Cam will be a huge comedy guy. Litz will be a stripper joint. Creed will be serving Cam food. Rick Rios will still be champion. Daisy will do. Rick Rios will still be. Imagine that. Rick Rios is like, 10 years from now, he's still the UWE champion. Like, like holding around that belt unemployed.
Yeah. I feel like TJ Sakara is going to be a social worker. Just like, people come to him on their parole meetings. He's just like, listen, I can't help you. I can't give you my piss anymore, okay? Sometimes I need a joint too. Just like flipping out. You know what I mean? Hey, what the hell?
I could see you as a stand-up comedian. That I could definitely see. Me, I could see myself, Jack Thomas, he's got a wife and kids. I think Dale Peppers would be the one to commit suicide. Like, I don't know why, but he'd be like, there's always one that commits suicide. Like, there's always one that goes off the deep end. Who's the one in the backyard wrestling community who go off the deep end?
Oh, that's easy. That's easy. Honestly, I think it'll be Buck Jones. And the best part about it is, he'd go off the deep end because he's got so much pressure on his presidential campaign. I don't know how the fuck he makes it that far, but he's got so much pressure that he unfortunately can't get that dream match or dream chance to work with WCW, so he drives himself out of business and he kills himself.
There you go. I think, I could definitely see, like, I don't even know what the hell ever Creed did. I definitely ain't serving you food, though, that's for sure. I'll probably work with Michael Cole or some shit like that, Work with Byron Saxton in WWE,
Actually, believe it or not, he's one of my favorite things to ever come out of the old NXT program.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I mean, he's actually really good. Hopefully, I don't care what I work, do radio show, work for SXM, as long as I got a good family, wife and kids, all that. Probably some crazy in-laws upstairs. Probably got you living downstairs. Some shit like that.
Me personally, this is what I want in the future. I would definitely want to future in entertainment, whether it be singing, acting, dancing, comedy, or being. I really, a lot of people say I'd make a good WWE superstar. I would not really want to be a WWE superstar. I more so want to be a WWE manager. Because I feel like just as time goes on, the image of the superstar is going to be this small guy, and like I don't want to be fitting in. I want to be standing out, not fitting in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why Paul Heyman's over so now. He stands out. He doesn't fit in. He stands out.
Yeah.
That's why Daniel Bryan got over so well because he stood out. He was short as hell. I'm taller than Daniel Bryan by maybe a hair, but still. You know what I mean? He stands out. CM Punk stood out. That's why those guys were good. But by this time, they're becoming like the image of what people want. So now the champion's going to be smaller and smaller and smaller. And next thing you know, fucking Hornswoggle's going to have a faction. And it's going to be running the
And that's all against what Vince. Like, now Adrian Neville might be a future champ. Like, I'm sorry, but Adrian Neville's even smaller than Daniel Bryan. And it's just like,
Yeah. So I want to be the guy that brings back the, because at that time, it's going to be very, very rare that you see a manager pumping up a big guy because after Paul Heyman's done, there won't be another good manager. And,
I don't see anybody coming up that's big. Let's see, hold on a second. Whistler puts, I could see Cam owning a chain of fast food chicken stores and compete with KFC, and Creed will be working for Cam, correct? Maria puts. Seth Maverick puts who I'll be working for. Maria puts working for Cameron Jackson. Everyone will be working for Cameron Jackson except me. So,
honestly, I think we can make some good money off of that. You know, I can see it right.
CJ, you know.
Yeah, I can see it right now. Um, the the usual chicken programming has been temporarily suspended. Welcome to see Cameron Jackson Entertainment. Next thing you know, you got the fucking music. You know, Cameron Jackson Chicken.
Yeah.
You know,
CJC, Cameron Jackson Chicken. You know, just.
And then you want to know, you want to know what the special ingredient is? Woo! There they go. Cocaine Jack. You know.
Everybody's just gonna be like fucking like what? You know, freaking marking out. You know, it's just insane. Cocaine Jack. That's our newest one now. Hashtag. And of course Whistler will be president for the rest of the world. So, I guess our next election is going to be Ace Whistler versus Buck Jones, and it's going to be taking place 2 years from now. So
that's going to be. Believe it or not, I do want to say Buck Jones, one underrated character, man. That is one entertaining being. I'll tell you.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Probably
that's a character that you invite into your home. You know, you're just like, all right, Buck Jones is on. I'm not gonna.
I could see Buck Jones actually joining the Redneck Comedy Tour. I could see him with Jeff Foxworthy. I could see him with Larry the Cable Guy. All those guys. I could definitely. That's where I think Buck Jones will be when he grows up. I think.
Buck Jones is like.
I just see in the background the dog walking upstairs. You just see him like ever so softly just going upstairs.
He's trying to sneak. I don't let him get on the bed. Hey, come here. Come here. He's looking at me like I'm fucking crazy. Come here.
Yeah, he ain't listening.
Yeah, here you go. Come here. You want it? He's just like, you're stupid. He's
looking at me like.
Oh, hold on, wait. It's a funny story. I like to watch the shoot interviews. And they were interviewing the Dudleys, and Bradshaw's telling the story about how they were in Madison Square Garden at a live event, and they were going against the APA. Devon tags him in, and Bubba's going in, and he gets in. His mom's there, his grandma's there, his whole family's there. He trips on the second rope, busts his face, and next thing you know, he runs over, spears Bradshaw, and he starts beating the shit out of him. Bradshaw is laughing his ass off, right? But he's crying at the same time because he's just like, why are you hitting me for? It's not my fucking fault. So they get to the back, and Ron Simmons is just, he goes just like this. He goes, Ron comes up to me, he goes, oh, come on, man, it can't be that bad, you know. You ain't have to beat up on John like that. It was all good. And he goes, I don't think you know what I mean, Ron. My whole family was out there, and I busted my face. And Ron Simmons, without missing a beat, goes, shit, that's bad. You know, it just like, you would expect him to be like, oh, well, you know, he just goes, oh, shit, that's bad, and walks away. You know, it was the funniest thing I've ever heard. And Devon's fucking crying, laughing in the corner. I'm just like, these guys are awesome, man. That's what wrestling lacks. First off, when the tag team, everything was so competitive back then because, you know, nowadays, it's whether you're guaranteed going to make it or you're guaranteed not going to make it. Back then, everybody had a chance to make a name for themselves. You know what I mean? Like, if they will write, I'll tell you what, back then the storylines, yes, they were very, very good storylines. There were some above par storylines. But if you look back, all the storylines were kind of like nobody was given special attention in storylines back then. Nowadays, you know, Cena gets special attention in storylines. Fucking Rollins will get special attention in storylines. Meanwhile, Goldust and Stardust got to go against the same team every fucking week.
Yeah,
so, like,
exactly.
But back then, there was no special attention. Everybody, they all had good storylines or they all had shit storylines. You know what I mean? That's just how it was back then, and like it was so competitive. Somebody could make something out of himself. That's why Edge did so damn good because he came in back then. He wasn't guaranteed to be a champion at all.
No,
but
wasn't.
He worked his ass off, and everything was so competitive. But nowadays, it's just like, I like the way you look, you're going to be a champion. Oh, you do a Superman punch, you're going to be a champion. The only one I really give sympathy for and I respect to a bit is Daniel Bryan for the fact that this motherfucker's been everywhere, and he finally gets to the WWE, but they kept his storylines to where we thought he didn't deserve the title, but now you kind of want to see him win the fucking thing after how many times he's been screwed over. It's just like, all right, Daniel Bryan, come back, please. You know, Brock's not here. At least Daniel Bryan was there. You know what I mean? At least it was something to watch. But other than that, it's just like it's whether you're guaranteed or you're not guaranteed, and it's fucking shitty.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, if you guys got any, once again, if you guys got any questions, comments, all that kind of stuff, you know, definitely ask away. You know, I definitely, you know, I know there was a couple of dream matches on there that you guys wanted, you know, all that kind of stuff. I mentioned on Creed Knows Wrestling earlier today that the major dream match that I wanted at WrestleMania, you know, was, man, got the phlegm going, the Brothers of Destruction versus the Wyatt family. Because I just feel like this would just be an amazing match. Like, an amazing story, promos, the match itself. I think it would just be perfect. I think it would be just a clash of the Titans. I think that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, that would have been amazing. But I can't lie. I'm pretty satisfied with the way things are going for Bray right now, so I don't mind it.
Oh, with Bray right now, yeah, they're fine. You know, Bray's good right now, and Taker's enjoying his time, so, you know, it's... I mean, I would love to see it like WrestleMania 30. You know, that would have been cool. You know, or like even WrestleMania 31 if Undertaker was in better shape, or if he never lost at WrestleMania. You know,
it would be better, and it is kind of an upset to where there's now that looking at the way things are going with the champ Lesnar, what was the reason for him ending the streak? Like there's now there's like no justification behind it. He's not around to reign supreme or preach dominance on people, because now what I got out of the last time I seen Brock Lesnar wrestle is that you know,
John Cena had him beat.
John Cena had him beat, and John Cena could have easily beat the Undertaker. That's what I'm getting out of that.
That's what I'm thinking.
And me personally, I wouldn't have mind seeing Taker and Cena at WrestleMania as long as Taker won, of course. But now it's just like the one character that's buried the most out of all this is the Undertaker. Like now it's just like when he comes back, it's just like, yeah, he's gonna get a pop because he's the Undertaker, and that's the only saving grace to it. Besides that, there's no fear factor. Now it's just like he comes back, he chokeslams somebody, you might as well just never come back after that. Go in the Hall of Fame, because now, unfortunately, and I don't think Vince intended to do this, but they kill this character. Like now, with Brock being mortal, because he beat somebody that was supposed to be immortal, and Brock looking mortal to, of course, Super Cena, and Brock not being there, it looks like it's like Cena's the new Undertaker, and that's just not somebody he should.
It look like you also ended the streak for nothing. That's, you know, that's really what it looks like. It looks like you ended the streak for nothing. You ended the streak for a title reign. Yes, that's gonna last 6 months. It's gonna last half a year. But let's face reality here. You know, you're gonna hold that title for 8 months, but you're only gonna be seen maybe 3 times in those months. You're gonna be seen when? Night of Champions, Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania? Like, I'm sorry, but that's not worth ending the streak. Nothing is worth ending the streak, and I don't know why they thought that was a good idea.
Right. You know the worst part about it, and this is where I get pissed off because of how I grew up with wrestling? Vince made sure he told John Cena to shit on The Rock for not being there, to shit on The Rock for not being there on the shows. Brock Lesnar doesn't come. I don't hear a single word about Brock Lesnar not being there. I don't hear a single fucking, you know, Vince, like, he's always been this huge Brock Lesnar guy because of the size of him. And, you know, yeah, that's good and all, but at least when The Rock was not showing up on shows, you had the fans boo him for no fucking reason. Like, yeah, they're going to boo Lesnar when he gets out of the arena, but now now the WWE isn't making sure that happens. They made sure it happened for The Rock. They're not making sure it happens for Brock Lesnar. And it's just like, why? Like, I don't get it. Brock Lesnar has the size, has the look, but he is not WWE champion material because he doesn't show up. You show up, you're WWE champion material. If you're not going to show up, at least cut good promos like The Rock did. But you're not there. Your manager's got to fucking carry the feud. And thank God his manager's Paul Heyman, because he's the only one that can do that. Other than that, Brock Lesnar is irrelevant. The title is irrelevant. John Cena is going to be irrelevant, and I'm fine with that. Don't get me wrong, but you don't want the title to be like, okay, it's just another match on the card. You want the title to be like the Holy Grail.
Well, they're not even having, if you didn't see Raw, they're not even having Brock at Survivor Series because now they're going to do Team John Cena versus Team Authority, and it's going to be John Cena, and I don't know who else has joined Team Cena, but it's going to be Team Cena versus Team Authority, and they're not going to have they're not scheduling Brock until the Royal Rumble. So,
you know what I would do, and this is really,
he might be coming back for the Slammies, but that's about it.
This is what I would do, and hold on one second. I got a phone call. You take over.
Sure, no problem. It's just I really think it's ridiculous how they really try to push Brock to be the main guy. Let's see. Ever Creed for Nikki Bella, bitch. Isn't that what Brie is? Well, yeah, pretty much. Brie Bella is Nikki Bella's bitch for the next 27 days. Now it's 20. I don't know if it's 28, 27, 26. I don't do the math. But, I mean, I don't know. There's some things with WWE they're doing very good, and there's some things that they're doing that they're not doing so good. Right now, John Cena versus the Authority, they're doing the best they can with it. They're doing the best they can with that, and they're doing pretty good. They're doing very good with Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose. In my opinion, that's the best thing going on right now. And Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton's doing a very good job, and he's definitely putting in a lot of talent, a lot of effort, and hard work. So I think that's,
I'm sorry about that.
That's all right, no problem.
Where was I, though? What was I saying?
Well, I was just talking about how Randy Orton's been really stepping up, and he's really been doing a lot more. And him and Orton, Bray Wyatt, and Dean Ambrose are really the best things you got going besides Triple H, because nobody else. I mean, Golden Stardust aren't getting their time. Oh, and of course, Damien Mizdow. Damien Mizdow is doing an amazing job. I mean, that is just pure entertainment, seeing Miz and Sandow just incredible.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing they're doing with Mizdow. I just hate the fact. Oh, by the way, as long as I've been 7 million times by myself, Ever Creed, and other people, but Randy Orton is the best WWE superstar to this day right now. To this day right now, in this era right now, he is the best WWE superstar. It's not Super Cena like they want you to think it is. It's Randy Orton, and it's bullshit that he's really being covered by or held under John Cena, because if there's somebody that deserved to take that title from Brock, it's Randy Orton. And yeah, the face turn would work with it. I would like to see something happen. Just throw a lot of fucking twists and turns in the storylines, where they can get it to Orton goes against Brock and Orton fucking beats him, because another Cena title reign is I'm not liking it. I'm really not liking it. He shouldn't even win another one ever, because he's already at 15.
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't have him surpass Flair. I would not have him tie Flair. I would not.
He shouldn't win another one.
You think he will, and he ends up doesn't doing it. Each and every time. You think he's going to, I'd make it a big thing. I'd make it the anti-streak. I'd make it to where you think he's going to do it, comes up short. Each and every time. And you just think he's going to win the belt, and he just doesn't win the belt. Personal rivalries, fine. Make him win. That's fine. But I would not have him surpass Flair. And it gets people interested, because now who will surpass Flair? And then I'd have it be Randy Orton. I think that would be amazing.
Yeah.
But, Whistler put up a good idea, because I mentioned Team Authority versus Team Cena. What they should have done is Team Authority versus, yes, John Cena probably be the captain, but Team Authority versus Team Vince McMahon. This would be a lot better, and way more people will be interested in it, because everybody wants to see the corporate crisis of the Authority, more specifically Triple H, It's Stephanie McMahon versus Vince McMahon. That would definitely be an amazing saga. Of course, Vince will be the babyface, and Triple H will be the heel. And you do it right. That could really be a Randy. That's how you do Randy Orton versus John Cena. You do Randy Orton versus John Cena at WrestleMania. This is how you do it. It's too late to do it this year, so do it next year. Actually, no, it's not too late. You can do it. You have John Cena. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I got to go against my own freaking theory for this. You have to have John Cena somehow or some way win the title, whether it be at the Rumble or WrestleMania. But what you do is that you have Brock lose the belt to Orton or Cena. I would have it be Orton, some kind of sneaky way. I'd have it be Randy Orton. And somehow, in some way, get Orton versus John Cena for the championship, and then have Triple H in Randy Orton's corner and have Vince McMahon in John Cena's corner. I think that would be freaking amazing.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool. See, but the sad thing is, it's just so far gone. It's like a lost cause now. You know what I mean? It's like when we wanted the Cena trend to stop 3 years ago, that was the perfect time to kind of wind it down. But they didn't really get the notion. You know what I mean? They never really got we're kind of getting tired of seeing this guy. Yes, he is your company guy. That's beautiful. Everybody has a company guy, but you don't see Cameron Jackson and Everett Creed running around in the title match every other pay-per-view. You don't see Cameron Jackson and Everett Creed beating people that are impossible to beat. You know what I mean? It's just you have company guys, but you still have other people in the company. You know, that's what they forget. You don't understand how many people they've killed just to have John Cena be on top. And the only there's been so many people that he's just had to.
Kane.
Unfortunately, and what they've done with Kane is they made people tired of seeing him, and that's really fucked up because they took him from coming in this huge freaking force to reckon with, monster, complete hellfire brimstone, you know, and with a psychological twist too. You know, a lot of people didn't get that about Kane. He was also a mental superstar. To now, he's a fucking jobber. He's a jobber. You know, when's the last time he really won?
He beat Dean Ambrose actually, like some time back, but I mean, no, he beat Adam Rose. That was the last one he got. He beat Adam Rose on the 15th anniversary of SmackDown. But
when's the last time he won a match? When's the last time he won a feud? Never.
Yeah, I'd like to know that. I'd like to know the last time a heel won a feud, because Vince McMahon, or whoever it is, loves to, oh, this guy's getting popular over the internet? Okay, turn him babyface. Orton's RKO Vine's going viral right now, so yeah, let's turn him good guy and change it. Why are they trying to fix something that isn't broken?
Oh, that's their mentality. Oh,
it's trying to fix what's not broken.
Yeah, you know.
And by trying to fix it, when you try to fix something that's not broken and you try to screw in a light bulb that's already screwed in, you know what's going to happen? It's going to crack and it's going to break. And that's what WWE's going to do with Randy Orton by turning him good. Is at first it's going to be good with Seth Rollins, but then they're going to bury Orton under Rollins because apparently Rollins is all this in the future. And, you know, I'm sorry, Rollins is impressive, but he's not nowhere near on the level of Randy Orton as a wrestler or an entertainer, because Rollins to me is really just an acrobat. I don't see him anything more than that. It's impressive what he does, but Orton is an all-around wrestler. And I just don't see why WWE would put him on the back burner to Seth Rollins, someone that's not guaranteed a WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, you know, if they just had time to sit back and think about a few things, by now, I would I'd be doing the same thing they're doing with the Miz and Mizdow, because it's getting over.
I'd keep that going, yeah.
I would change up things in the tag team title picture. See, this is like, I've always said this to you. The Usos and Goldust and Stardust made for a great feud. But the fact that you've seen the match 8 million times killed it. And it's like, I would have. It's just, it's hard. It's hard for somebody at home to really say those tag titles are something special when
Not when they look that crappy too.
they look crappy. One and two, when they're in the same match every week, it's just like, all right, they're just doing this to take up time. Like that's what they're doing. It's like they don't put enough time. They don't put any time into the tag team division. It looks like, you know what I mean? It just looks like we're gonna have you wrestle each week, and you'll wrestle again at the pay-per-view, and then we'll try to switch it off after that. Like, no.
One thing you need to do, cut it down to 2 hours. I know you don't want to shrink your program, but you know what? It's worth it. Trust me. What you're doing in this 3-hour spectrum it's horrifying. You should only have one Diva segment. They're all of a sudden having 3 Diva segments. They're doing a Diva segment for Total Divas, they're doing one for the Bella Twins, and they're doing one for the title. It's too much. It's overkill. And honestly, I mean, the Bellas is one thing, but the only Divas I really care about on the roster, Paige, and whoever Paige is feuding with. That's really about it, because I'm sorry, AJ Lee to me is getting very stale for 2 reasons. One, it's the same act over and over again, and the fact that she's CM Punk's wife. That's why Nikki Bella is safe right now. Brie Bella is done. She's Daniel Bryan's wife, and nothing more. And that's just, it sounds very sexist, but you know what? When you're looking at TV entertainment and wrestling, it's true. That's why Michelle McCool retired. You know, Michelle McCool needed wow, this is deja vu. I was just talking about this on Greenhouse Wrestling. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just, you can't really do that. And it's just too much. 3 hours in a show. Now all of a sudden you got to put in, you know, the Big Show and Mark Henry with this, and then Adam Rose with that. Los Matadores beating Golden Stardust on SmackDown. It's just horrible. Like, it's just too much. Shrink it down to 2 hours and give everybody equal camera time. Don't overplay the main event over the mid card. And with that being said, drop the U.S. title, because there's no need for it. That's a WCW title. That's not a WWE title. Drop the U.S. title. Just make it the tag titles, the Divas title, the Intercontinental title, the World title, and then an annual Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah. And another thing, you know,
and an Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal trophy.
The thing is, I wouldn't mind the U.S. title if SmackDown and Raw were actually 2 different brands again. But the fact that everybody's on both shows, it just kind of, and SmackDown is a rarely watched show. It kind of just, it's just like you got too much. It's like you're it's kind of like you're trying to load a bunch of things into a suitcase, and that's at the point where the bitch won't close. You know what I mean? You got to get rid of some stuff so you can close it. You got to downsize a bit, especially since you don't have 2 different suitcases. You had 2 different suitcases? Fine. But you only got one, because everybody's on the same things. Everybody's doing the same stuff. So you got to get rid of some stuff so you can close the damn suitcase.
Yeah, you got some comments here. Maria puts, still think Justin Gabriel needs to be WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Hell no. I got to disagree there. Zack Ryder for WWE World Champion. I can't believe I actually disagree with that more, but I do. Zack Ryder should not even be on WWE television anymore. Hell no. Okay, Maria, good for that. You know what? Just for that, give Justin Gabriel a title run. Let's see. Justin Gabriel for the longest WWE World Champion of all time. No. Now I officially take it back. Anything that gives Zack Ryder and Gabriel a push, I'll be happy with. Hell no. Now, that's, you know, I'm sorry, but Justin Gabriel and Zack Ryder to me are not main event material. You know, they don't do it for me.
I would, they just did so many things wrong that if they could go back with, well, they have time in the future to fix it, don't get me wrong, but they're not going to, because that's just how they work nowadays. But, see, if they were smart, they'd bring back some people who really back then weren't worked with right. One being a character that they killed by trying to give it success at a time where it just shouldn't have been given success was Christian. They fucked Christian up by trying to give him success at a time where they weren't where he didn't need it.
Right guy, wrong time is the best example for Christian.
Exactly. You know, and Rey Mysterio's opposite. He's wrong guy, right time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I would have much rather, sadly, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but when I look back at it, I would have appreciated more if Chavo was in that spot. You know, I mean, not to say he would have been better than Rey, because that title, regardless, it wouldn't have been much of a must-see factor. But the one who would have deserved it more would be Chavo Guerrero, because we all thought, you know, well, Rey Mysterio is going to win this for Eddie. Nobody thought Chavo was winning this for Eddie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And commentary would have fucking took it away. It would have been like, oh, Chavo did it. You know, it's just Uncle Eddie. And imagine the tears flying down your face, Vicky coming out, clapping. You know, it would have been cool. But they gave it to Rey, wrong guy, but it was the right time, which is why he's the biggest little man.
Yeah. And now he's done with WWE. Let's see. Push the hell out of Bo Dallas from Yard Center.
Oh, that's Corey Grace. Oh boy, he's quite the believer. He is quite the believer.
My perfect WWE is this is Maria. Orton as the world champion, Ziggler as the IC, Mizdow as the US strap, Ryder and Gabriel the tag champion, and Paige as the Divas champion. F you, Creed. Gabriel is awesome. F you. You suck. Gabriel for push. I want Rey Mysterio's left knee to be a memorial trophy to be defended every year against luchadors and cruiserweights. Oh my god.
I mean, that would be an awesome trophy to win.
Rey Mysterio's left knee. You know, I've had 5 surgeries on my left knee. You know, yeah, Rey Mysterio's left knee, man. That is, you know, that has met more ERs than. Oh my god. That place has met that left knee has met more operation rooms than just about any other limb I can think of right now, because he's had multiple surgeries. You know, who's had the most surgeries in WWE? You know, Rey Mysterio's got to be up there.
Shit, you know.
Daniel Bryan's, you know, he's sneaking his way up there, man. He's had like 3 now. Like, you know, he's having a lot of surgeries now. He's really catching up with the rest of the pack, and he's doing it pretty quickly. Roman Reigns has got 1.
Vince McMahon has quite a couple.
Yeah, he does.
And the worst part is he does them all to himself.
I'm sure. I don't even think Mick Foley actually has ever been into the emergency room. You know, he probably just lets it heal. Wouldn't be surprised. I do think, however, if anybody deserves the trophy for the most times in the emergency room, hands down, that would have to go to Edge. I think Edge has probably broke the record for the most times. Put it like this: he probably even recognizes the surgeon. Like, you know, that's probably, you know, he probably recognizes the nurses that strap him up and all that. He, you know, probably made friends with them.
Yeah.
You know, fucking Edge. Broken neck, torn Achilles tendon, shoulder, blown shoulder, all that stuff. You know, Edge really, you know, did himself up a couple of times. Jericho's never been there.
Because there's just some smart workers, and then there's just some. Well, they're not really dumb workers. I can't call them that, because you got to do certain things to surpass or steal the show. So I really can't be I can't call them dumb. It's just some things I would not do, like throwing my body on the line for Jeff Hardy. I'm not doing it. You know, I'm not doing it. Edge, good guy, very, very good guy, but I'm not doing it. You know. I also feel that they really gave up on some talent that could have, or that could do well in the tag team division, and they're trying to slowly put them in there. I do see that, But they're doing it so slow that the fact that by the time they get them in there, the tag team division is going to be irrelevant. You know what I mean? And it's kind of starting to look irrelevant now, considering the fact of what they did with Usos and Golden Stardust. But it's just certain people should be there, and certain people shouldn't be in other places. You know, but much to their chagrin, they got to start. They got to start. They're gonna have a big thing, a big breakthrough soon, because they got to pick that right guy to beat Rusev, and if it's Cena, I swear to God, I will fuck somebody up.
Nah, yeah, it can't be Cena. But then again, it might be Sheamus, because who would beat Rusev for the U.S. title? That's what I want to know. You know, because if you really think about it, if Rusev wins the United States Championship, then whoever beats him, you know, you have to win the U.S. title. And I know they're not going to make him the U.S. champion and the world champion, so it's either going to be Sheamus or it's going to be someone else in the mid card. You know, it's that simple. It might be, this is what I would do with Sheamus. I'd put him back in main event, but I'd have him be a heel. He is the perfect embodiment for a heel in this current era. He has got the size, he's got the mic skills, he's got the originality, he's got the character, man. I really think Sheamus could be the solo heel that runs the WWE. You know, you got Orton with the Authority, and you got the Authority. Well, no, I don't know about Orton anymore, but you got the Authority as the group heels, and then you need that solo heel, and I think Sheamus would be perfect for that. I think Sheamus would actually be a great heel in the modern day era of WWE.
Yeah, but now you got to think of people. But you know, the way they're going is that the way they've built it so much with the trash talk on the United States is that they got to have it be an American. And you know, unfortunately, it's not going to be.
I think I know who's going to do it. I think I know who's going to do it.
What are you thinking? The same person I'm thinking? I want to hear it. Let's go.
Let me hear what you're thinking, because after what you said, we're probably not thinking the same person.
Oh, well, now I'm curious to hear yours. You know, I'll tell you mine once you say yours.
Well, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. That's what
I want that to happen. I really want that to happen.
I think Bad News Barrett might do it.
See, yeah, but this is what it depends on what they're thinking long term with Rusev, because once he gets beat.
Is that who you had in mind?
No, because once he gets beat, he's going to be irrelevant. You got to think of it. It's gone on so long that once he gets beat, he's yesterday's news. You know what I mean? It happens with everybody that's undefeated. Like Ryback, Bobby Lashley, way back when. Happens with everybody that's undefeated. So what I would do is that why prolong it? Why drag it out after he gets beat? Why don't you just beat him and kill him down and repackage him? That's what I would do. So the perfect person to beat him, and you're going to be so pissed off. And I would do this, and a lot of people would say it's stupid, but it'd be a shock factor. It'd be the biggest shock factor. You know, Rusev's in the ring at whatever pay-per-view. You know, Lana calls out, which one of you stupid Americans want to challenge my Rusev? And, you know, next thing you know, fucking Bob Backlund comes out and beats Rusev. You know what I mean? Like, nobody would see that coming. And everybody's going to be like, he fucking won? You know, I could see the whole world marking out.
Bob Backlund comes back and beats Rusev, man. I think that's when I would throw in the white towel. You know, I think that's the only thing I could really say is I'm done. You know, I think this is my time to settle down and, you know, spend some time with my wife and kids and lace up the boots, because that's just Bo Dallas. You know, people think Bo Dallas for world champion. You know, Bo Dallas this, Bo Dallas that. You know, I mean, Bo Dallas. I don't know where he got his talent from, because genetically, I don't know how him and Bray are related. Because
wait, Maria Excellence says one guy Cena never buried was Umaga. You're right. Cena did not bury Umaga. The Paul Bears did. So, moving on.
I hear that in the background too. That's, you know.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know, come on. So
The Rock is going to kick my ass.
Umaga, man, artist formerly known as Jamal from. I'm sorry, but one of my favorite Ruthless Aggression era theme songs of all time was the 3 Minute Warning. They had the best. I love the whole idea of 3 Minute Warning. How they would beat you in under 3 minutes, and it was just Rosie, Jamal, and the manager Rico. It's just like, Rico was like the polymerization, the combination of Nick Somas and Lips, and it just having to manage guys like Rosie and Jamal, man. And I loved the triple threat table match that kicked off Survivor Series with freaking Bubba Ray Dudley, Jeff Hardy, and Spike Dudley against 3 Minute Warning, and Devon came back. And I remember marking out when I saw the Dudley boys put Rico through the table. My God, that was awesome.
I'm trying to think of who they're actually gonna have beat Rusev.
I hope it ain't Rico. I hope it's Rico. I'd laugh if it was Rico, man. Rico comes back for one time only. Gets the win. I mean, if you do it with an American, there's so many people you could see. I could even see Hogan doing it in the crowd, just going nuts if Hogan's leg allows him to do it.
That's what I thought they were gonna go with, but I don't think. But it's kind of getting.
Obviously, it's not going to be Kurt Angle, so they got to think of someone else.
Exactly, that would have been the idea.
As long as they don't do it with John Cena, they can't do it with someone predictable. You got to have it with someone unexpected, and that's the idea. Bob Backlund's not bad. Bad News Barrett, I like that too.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good ideas.
The thing about Bob Backlund is you can't do it now because just like it's kind of like it's a little too much of a kill for Rusev.
Yeah, that's just like I don't know what you were thinking with that. Bob Backlund coming back is just like what the hell? Almost like Hacksaw Jim Duggan coming back and beating Rusev.
Or you can think of one American that never really pops into mind when you say American, and that's the American Badass.
That would be crazy if the Undertaker came in as the American Badass. Took on. He's beaten the legends. He's beaten Slaughter and Hacksaw and all them. So yeah, it's got to be someone more modern. I can imagine it being somebody that's like foreign, but I think they're going to do it. Vince is a U.S. guy, so he's going to have it be someone from the States. Hell, have it be Buck Jones. I mean, I can imagine seeing that.
Word. But look, guys, this was an entertaining show. I'm so glad I was able to be here. I've got to go outside and I got to take my dog out because he's somewhere in here and he's.
Yeah, I'm about to wrap it up right here. I'm actually about to wrap it up. So.
Thanks for having me. Until you see me, check me on the Backyard Wrestling Fix this Saturday night. Until then, you can see me on UWE, which will be coming to you very soon. Everett Creed, thanks for having me. I'll let you in your show, but before we do that, Brother Cam, out.
All right, so there you go, Cameron Jackson, the one and only. Pretty much, thank you guys for tuning in for the CredeCast. The next UW content will be featured next week. We're going to get Cam out here for commentary, and we're going to be recording our next series of shows. So that's going to be exciting, going to be entertaining. I'm going to let this go on for a little bit longer for any last-minute comments, any last-minute questions you guys may have. But, yeah, we pretty much covered it all. So, thank you very much for tuning into the CredeCast. Let's see. Hogan versus Rusev. Sami Zayn debuts to beat Rusev. That'd be interesting. Top 5 in UW right now is Brother Cam, Nick Somas, Rick Rios, Dirty DeChico, and Insanity. I like those picks. Glad those guys, caught your attention. My mouth is completely dry. Let's see here. Yeah, so, I mean, it's going to be fun, especially with me going in on Halloween as Lips. That's going to be it's going to be pretty fun. So, but, yeah, that's all we got for this week, folks. So we will see you next week on UW Lockdown. Also, if you want to see more of Jack Thomas, Make sure you subscribe to TXWHD. Jack Thomas does the commentary there as well. And that is my cousin Courtney giving me the text, so I'm going to check out my cuz from the boot camp. We'll see you guys later. CredeCast out. Signing off.